A man has made a payment to hide your truth. But his transaction is now exposed. Archangel Michael says, "This is not a coincidence, this is an emergency intervention." The truth that someone worked so hard to bury is no longer hidden in shadows. His name is now on a document, and what he tried to silence is roaring louder than ever before. Something strange began unfolding around you without your knowledge. For months, this man has moved silently, sending money behind your back to suppress information about you. But what he didn't know is that divine justice keeps receipts. Your truth was never meant to stay hidden forever. And now, a powerful exposure has begun to ripple. It started with a digital signature, but it will end with revelation and glory for you. Archangel Michael says, "This man feared what would happen if others discovered the full truth about you." He feared your strength, your innocence, your potential. So he paid someone, a middleman, to erase pieces of your story and protect his own. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The transaction occurred 3 times. First with cash. Then with an anonymous deposit. And finally, with a forged document intended to mislead anyone investigating deeper. But heaven has eyes. The record of this betrayal now lives in more than just human hands, it is recorded in the scrolls of the divine. The angels witnessed it all and have been waiting for this hour to strike. You will notice signs. A strange message sent to the wrong person. A whisper between 2 individuals you never imagined would speak your name. A notification that wasn't supposed to reach you, but did. There's a file. A digital one, encrypted. But one person who received it has already grown uncomfortable with what they've seen. They are on the edge of exposing it, and they will. Type Amen to get blessing 741. You may have felt unusually watched lately. That's because someone is retracing the steps they took when they paid to silence your story. He thought it was over. But something divine has cracked the cover wide open. A woman was involved, paid to hold onto the files and deny your truth. But she has recently turned cold on him. She is afraid. She feels something coming, something heavier than money. The payment trail was not as clean as he believed. Every penny left a mark. And someone close to him has copied the details and is preparing to forward them to an authority. Archangel Michael says, "This will be one of the most shocking truths revealed in your lifetime." Someone tried to erase your identity to protect their own shame. But your truth carries the blessing of survival. Type Amen to get blessing 592. He wasn't just hiding something small. What he buried was huge. It involved your name in a legal proceeding that he deliberately tried to pull away from public light. Your name was removed, your face hidden, your words silenced. But now your name is returning in bold, in capital, in truth. The very paper they signed to erase you has now become the same evidence that will vindicate you. Expect strange activity in your messages, screenshots, half-deleted images, and old emails surfacing. These are not random. They are stepping stones that angels are placing in your path to guide you to full revelation. This man is panicking. His money is no longer speaking louder than your purpose. His lies are unraveling, his connections beginning to question his version of events. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Your voice was stripped from a room you should have been in. That room is being prepared again, and this time you'll be invited in with honor. Those who sat in your place before will be called out. One of the people he bribed is going to break the deal. The fear of consequence is larger than the reward of silence. She will give up the document. the document that will expose the payment, the intention, and the entire motive behind this betrayal. It has your name. And it has a date. A date you must not ignore. Archangel Michael says, you will be vindicated in public. This exposure will not be quiet. People who misunderstood you will be forced to look again, and this time they will see your truth without filters. Type Amen to get blessing 1091. He tried to protect himself by throwing you under the shadow. But shadows don't last where light is divine. The light is coming from a direction he never expected, from someone he used to trust. She saw the transfer. She kept the receipt. And now she's carrying guilt heavier than gold. The exposure will begin on a platform that has your name tagged. Your face will appear, not as the accused, but as the truth that was hidden. And this time, nothing will erase it. The silence around you lately hasn't been abandonment, it's been preparation. Angels have been moving quietly around the edges of this story, gathering what was meant to be buried. Type Amen to get blessing 278. A sealed envelope will appear. The contents will make your heart race, but it will also bring clarity. You'll recognize a signature. You'll remember the name of someone who once told you, trust me. There are emails dated on specific days that line up with significant pain in your past. You'll realize that on the same days you cried, someone else was signing a deal against you. The payment wasn't for your success, it was for your silence. But heaven has reversed the contract. What was meant to suppress you is now preparing to elevate you. Archangel Michael says, it is not revenge, it is restoration. You are not returning to where you were. You are being sent ahead into a place where no money can steal your presence again. Type Amen to get blessing 423. There is more. The man involved in the transaction is now trying to find out who has spoken. He has made 2 more calls in the last 48 hours. Calls that were recorded. Yes, someone recorded his words. Someone has proof of his panic. That recording will surface, not just as noise, but as a divine instrument of truth. Be alert in the coming week. A person who never liked you will suddenly want to talk. They are not your enemy anymore. They are the key to one of the locks that's about to be undone. The reason you were betrayed is because you were seen as dangerous, not weak. And now, the very reason you were hidden is the reason you will rise. Type Amen to get blessing 919. A blessing is coming that this man can't touch. A breakthrough has been written into your story. It is not money that bought it, it is your endurance that attracted it. Prepare yourself emotionally. This exposure will bring memories, both painful and powerful. But above all, it will bring truth. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence will not come from an outsider. It will come from someone in your bloodline who found out too late what happened, and chose to stand with you. Archangel Michael says, this season will test your composure, but your reward will be peace that was denied to you for too long. Hold still, because everything that was taken is returning. Type Amen to get blessing 511. Your name will be spoken in a room full of important people. Not in whispers, but in defense. A decision that once went against you is being reversed. The man who paid to bury your truth will receive a call that will rattle him. The call will be from a person he trusted, informing him that the lie is no longer protected. When this truth breaks open, many will pretend they didn't know. But you will know exactly who stood in silence. And you'll also see who tried to speak but was shut down. Forgive the ones who were too afraid to fight for you. But do not forget what their silence cost you. Your memory is a map of survival, and it now leads to your justice. Type Amen to get blessing 204. More people are about to come forward. More voices will echo your story. Because your truth is not just yours, it was stolen from others too. One by one, the hidden deals are surfacing. One by one, the names behind the curtain are being revealed. One by one, the lies are falling. You will receive a message with a document attached. The name on that document will shock you. It's someone you never suspected had a hand in your pain. That message will come late at night. Don't delete it. It's the final piece of the puzzle, and it was meant to reach you now. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Archangel Michael says, the man who tried to silence your truth will now face a divine interruption. His plans are breaking, and his influence is decaying. He can no longer manipulate what heaven has uncovered. Your justice is not in revenge. It is in restoration. You will be placed in a position where silence is no longer your enemy, but your armor. And when they ask how you made it through without losing your soul, you will answer not with bitterness, but with wisdom that only comes from surviving betrayal. Remember, the one who paid to suppress your truth is now the one who will pay for your restoration. Heaven keeps records, even of what humans try to delete. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. He is scrambling now. The man who once felt powerful is becoming quiet. His silence isn't peace, it's fear of what's about to be revealed. You are being watched, but this time, not to be harmed. You're being observed by people who want to know how you endured it all without breaking. Your story is being shared in whispers between those who once doubted you. The energy has shifted. What was against you is now collapsing in on itself. One of his allies is already considering handing over their phone to authorities. A conversation that took place at 3:41 p.m. is the beginning of the unraveling. It was a casual call, but what was said wasn't casual at all. It included your name and the word transaction. Type Amen to get blessing 621. You might remember that day as just another heavy one. But on that very day, someone was discussing how to keep you quiet. And now the recording of that moment is about to find its way to you. Someone you trusted will send it, someone who betrayed you once. They can no longer hold the guilt. They've seen what has begun to unfold and they want to be on the right side of it. The man who paid to hide your truth believed that money could wash away justice. But truth doesn't die when silenced, it waits. And now, truth is roaring louder than his fear. Archangel Michael says, no amount of money can stop what has been spiritually unlocked. You are walking into your season of exposure, not to shame, but to set the record right. You were buried under lies, but heaven has pulled you out. Type Amen to get blessing 446. In the background, someone is preparing to make a public statement. A press release. A confession. A sudden update on a site you once checked every day but stopped after disappointment. That site will carry your name. But this time, it won't be connected to defeat, it will be the headline of triumph. Someone's denial will be erased, and your words will rise instead. There's someone who always believed you, but they couldn't help you before. That person has now been handed a file. Their voice will be loud and their heart on your side. You might feel overwhelmed when it all begins. But don't run. Stand still. This time, the storm is not against you, it's clearing the path for what belongs to you. Type Amen to get blessing 198. He paid to distort the narrative. But the truth is not for sale. The lie he created is already slipping from his grasp. There are eyes watching the case now. People in high places have taken an interest. What was once hidden in private is being analyzed in full view. One woman who was part of the cover-up has gone quiet on social media. That's not coincidence. She has received a warning from someone who has seen the incoming exposure. An anonymous message she received said, "It's about to go public." That sentence has rattled her deeply. She now knows that silence will no longer protect her. Type Amen to get blessing 555. There's also a document he tried to shred, but it wasn't fully destroyed. A partial piece of it survived. And that partial piece has your name on it. The ink has faded, but the truth remains. It proves that your name was intentionally removed and replaced. But what they didn't know was that a photo of that original page exists. And that photo was saved by a technician who was once overlooked. That technician now holds the power to restore the truth. And they are ready to act. Archangel Michael says, "The battle for your truth is over. The war is won. The enemy is now fighting himself in the dark halls of his guilt." Type Amen to get blessing 349. Soon, a place you were rejected from will reach out again. They will act as if they never doubted you. But you will know better. You are not required to go back to where your name was erased. But if you choose to, you'll walk in differently this time. You'll walk in with clarity, power, and unshakable dignity. They tried to offer you silence for your silence. They wanted to bury you with compensation. But your value was never in coins, it was in truth. And now, those coins are cursed for him. What he used to suppress your light is now the very weight pulling his legacy down. People have started noticing inconsistencies in his story. Type Amen to get blessing 277. One man, someone older, has been watching this unfold quietly. He knows the man who made the payment. They were once allies, but now they are divided. That older man has kept records, handwritten and digital. Notes. Timelines. Call logs. He saw everything and said nothing, until now. You'll meet him by surprise. It'll seem like a coincidence, but it's divine timing. He will offer you something you never expected, proof. And when you see what he has, your knees may shake, but your spirit will rise. Because finally, the full picture will be yours. And no one will be able to erase it again. Type Amen to get blessing 612. Someone has tried to warn the man who betrayed you. They told him the divine timeline has begun. That the wheel is turning against him. But he didn't listen. He laughed. He dismissed the signs. But now, his sleep is disturbed. His meals go untouched. His hands shake. He's calling people at strange hours, trying to gather loyalty. But it's too late. Even those closest to him are starting to confess behind closed doors. A new letter is being drafted. One that will reverse a decision made long ago against you. That letter has already passed through 2 hands, and it's coming closer to yours. Type Amen to get blessing 900. There's a phrase in that letter that will heal a wound you forgot you had. It's short. Just a few lines. But those words will make your eyes well up with divine justice. You will be addressed with honor. Apologized to with truth. And recognized for what they tried to erase. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven is not late. It waited for the perfect hour. And now that hour has come. Every lie is crumbling. You will witness it, not just hear about it. The downfall of the one who paid to silence you will be loud, visible, and unavoidable. Type Amen to get blessing 788. They thought they were smart, hiding documents, editing messages, manipulating voices. But heaven's technology is beyond all of that. Every keystroke they thought was deleted was actually preserved. They will find out the hard way that nothing hidden stays hidden forever. Not when the angels are involved. Not when the truth is ordained. Soon, you'll see a name appear on a list you thought you'd never be connected to again. A list of honor, of justice, of divine elevation. Your name will be among those restored. And when people ask how you survived it, your silence will speak louder than their questions. Because your story was never lost, it was simply delayed for the perfect moment. Type Amen to get blessing 456. There is a moment approaching, a message, a knock, a file, a whisper, that will shift everything. Stay grounded when it comes. Do not panic. Do not overreact. You were built for this hour. Your truth is your weapon. Your calmness is your crown. The chaos around you cannot touch the clarity within you. The ones who stood by while you were erased will begin to fumble. Their words will turn cold. Their excuses will run out. But you won't need revenge. You will have revelation. The kind that clears your name and sets your path on fire with purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 321. Even now, someone is preparing to apologize to you, but they don't know how. They're practicing their words in silence. Rehearsing in mirrors. You may not even want their apology, but you'll receive it. Because when truth shows up, even enemies become silent. Even liars lower their heads. This apology won't come as a gift, it will come as a requirement. The divine order has demanded it. Their soul won't rest until they admit what they did or allowed. Archangel Michael says, your tears have been counted. Your silence has been recorded. And your justice has been authorized. Type Amen to get blessing 2000. When this man paid to hide your truth, he believed you would never find out. But not only are you finding out, you're rising because of it. The power he once held is breaking. Every relationship he manipulated is now shaking. Every lie he formed is unraveling. Your time has come. Not just to survive, but to be heard, seen, known, vindicated. And when the final piece falls into place, you'll stand in the fullness of who you are, undeniable, unshakable, and completely free. You will rise, not to prove anything to anyone, but to honor what was always rightfully yours. There is a place being prepared for your voice to be heard. Not interrupted. Not doubted. But fully received. The man who paid to hide your truth has one final move. And it won't work. Because the forces now standing in your favor are beyond what his money can influence. One of his last allies is reconsidering everything. They saw something, maybe a photo, a message, a document, and now they are slowly slipping away from his side. He is being left alone, the same way he left you out in the cold. Archangel Michael says, what he paid to conceal is now screaming in the light. The shadows cannot hold you anymore. Your legacy is returning with thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 1190. You will hear your name in places it was once erased. People will suddenly remember your contributions. But you will know, it's not memory, it's truth finally being allowed to breathe. A message will arrive in the early morning. It will not just contain words, it will carry emotional weight. The truth will hit you differently when it comes from someone who once stayed silent. You may feel a trembling inside when you open that message. You may cry, or pause, or simply smile and feel the storm beginning to settle. But know this, everything you lost in silence is being multiplied in truth. Your voice, your dignity, your recognition, they are not just being returned, they are being exalted. Type Amen to get blessing 1044. The man who paid to hide your truth will now experience a reversal. Every door he forced closed for you will now begin to close on him. His name will no longer carry the weight it once did. He thought he was protecting his secrets. But what he was really doing was preparing the soil for your public rise. His fall and your rise were both triggered by the same action. God allowed the silence, but only for a season. That season is over. The trumpet has sounded, and justice is walking boldly in your direction. There's a countdown now, not one that you control, but one that's divinely timed. The final piece is about to click, and when it does, the entire web of lies will shatter. Type Amen to get blessing 802. Someone is about to speak in your favor publicly. It will not be rehearsed, it will be real. It may even come out in a moment of emotional overflow. You'll hear your name spoken with reverence. And you'll know the battle is turning. This time, the crowd is not mocking, you will feel support rising all around you. Even strangers will sense the shift. They'll be drawn to your story, curious about your resilience, touched by your strength. What was once private pain is becoming public breakthrough. Archangel Michael says, prepare for divine justice dressed in beauty and favor. The same people who turned away will watch you shine without apology. Type Amen to get blessing 665. A door is about to open, one you stopped knocking on long ago. It will feel surreal. You'll hesitate for a moment. But then you'll realize, it was always meant for you. This door will lead to restoration in more ways than one. Not just opportunity, but peace. Not just recognition, but healing. There is something you forgot about yourself during the time they silenced you. That part of you is returning. The part that believed in miracles. The part that felt seen. Don't be surprised when people start saying they always knew the truth. They didn't. But your spirit did. And it carried you here even when no one else would. Type Amen to get blessing 1007. The man who once laughed while paying to hide your truth is not laughing anymore. He is haunted, not by guilt, but by consequence. Because he now knows something irreversible is about to happen. His name will appear next to yours again, but this time for a very different reason. You will rise. He will fall. And the world will understand the cost of tampering with divine destiny. You are not just a survivor. You are a chosen one. Your story is sacred. And no payment could ever permanently erase what heaven has written. Someone new is going to reach out soon. A helper. An unexpected voice of favor. They've seen enough and they want to be part of your rise. Type Amen to get blessing 390. You may feel unsure at first. But trust the timing. This person is aligned with your restoration, not your pain. They will mention something you said long ago, something that stuck with them. They never forgot it. That memory is what's guiding them back to you now. You were never forgotten. You were simply being hidden for your protection until the right moment. And that moment has finally arrived. Archangel Michael says, you are about to be restored in a way that even your past enemies will have no choice but to watch and acknowledge. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. There will be a moment where you stand in front of the very thing that once broke you. But this time, you won't feel fear. You'll feel free. You may be invited into rooms that once closed their doors in your face. But this time, you'll walk in through the main entrance. Head high. Voice strong. Don't be surprised if people begin apologizing in strange ways. Some won't have the words. Some will try with gifts. Others with quiet glances. But your spirit will recognize them all. Still, you won't need their apologies to move forward. You've already outgrown the space where they once doubted you. You've entered the territory of divine truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2331. The man who paid to bury your truth will lose more than money. He will lose trust, reputation, influence. Because what was built on lies cannot stand in the presence of truth. The silence you carried all this time, it wasn't weakness. It was divine strategy. Heaven needed you quiet long enough for the right ears to begin hearing the truth. And now that they are listening, your truth will echo. It will ripple. It will shake the foundations of what they thought they could manipulate forever. Archangel Michael says, you are standing on the edge of your full awakening. What they tried to end is now just beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 1199. You are not returning as the person who was hurt. You're returning as the person who overcame. And that difference will be your power. Do not flinch when the attention increases. Do not hide when the platform rises. You were made for this. Heaven prepared you in silence, and now it's your time to roar. Soon, you'll feel lighter. Not because the past didn't happen, but because it no longer holds your future. You've been freed from what they tried to bury you under. A major email will come. A signature at the bottom will shock you. And when you see it, you'll understand everything has finally turned in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 5000. Archangel Michael says, this is the hour of complete reversal. The very man who tried to keep you small will now witness your expansion. The seed he tried to crush has become a forest. You will not be bitter. You will not be cold. You will be bold. You will walk in grace. Because your healing is more powerful than their shame. They will ask how you knew to keep going. And you will remember these words. You were never alone. You were never forgotten. You were always chosen. This is the final moment of transition. The truth has risen. The light has broken through. And now, nothing can stop what heaven has released over your life.